Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Easter Sunday. We have 4 NBA games starting at 1 o'clock once again today to go ahead and talk about. Let's go ahead and get into it. As always, appreciate it for the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out all the socials down below in the description, and let's go ahead and get into it. If you play Prize Picks, I post my picks on Twitter. Yesterday went 3-1 on the ones I posted. Jokic was the only one that didn't hit. Use my code process for deposit match up to $100 on Prize Picks and get yourself right. Starting off with the point guard picks today, we have Kyrie at $10,200. This should be a fun series. Kyrie going back to Boston to face off against his former team. He's playing absolutely lights out. I mean, just insane shooting percentages for him the last 2 games. And the fact that he played over 40 minutes in both and still shot over 75% in each one is just crazy. Kyrie is locked in right now. He's probably going to get the Marcus Smart treatment from Boston, but you still expect Kyrie to play big minutes and just continue to chuck. You have Trae Young, who took over in the second half, dropping 38 points after he had under 10 at halftime. I think he's had 6 at halftime. He still gives you double-double upside, just missed it by 1 assist, but he was really aggressive, shooting and scoring the ball in the second half, leading his team to a victory. So good job by Trae Young. Tough matchup against Miami to really feel great about targeting him at this price tag. I think there's some other plays, like I might go up to Kyrie instead, or you can go down a bit to like Chris Paul at 76. You have Drew Holiday, McCollum in the mix as well, but I like Chris Paul. We know Chris Paul loves to show up in the playoffs. Price tag is reasonable on him. It's actually gone down since the end of the regular season. We should see him play heavy minutes if this game is competitive, which it definitely can be. The Pelicans, since they got CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram have been healthy, they have a nice 1-2 punch there that can really score the ball and make teams have to keep up with them. Other options would be Kyle Lowry at just 6,000 flat, just a nice value pick here. They should be getting like Tyler Hero back, but still Lowry should be looking at mid 30s in minutes, especially in the playoffs. They still have Butler there, who takes a lot of usage, and Bam will take usage. But Lowry still a guy that will contribute in all aspects. Looking at his season averages and just what he's done for his career, does like to contribute with rebounding and assisting pretty nicely for an undersized guard. Other options in the 5K range would be Marcus Smart at 55. 4K range, you don't have much to pick from. You have these 3 Chicago Bulls players right here, but if I was going to play anybody in the 4K range from Chicago, it would be Patrick Williams. And then 3K range, I guess you can take a shot on like Dragic, but definitely not that interesting for me. Moving on to shooting guard, we have Kyrie at 10-2, Jaylen Brown 91, Booker 9K. Booker looks good. The Suns are looking to go right back to the finals. It wouldn't be surprising if we had a rematch of the finals last year, this year, with the Bucks and the Suns both have really solid teams once again. Booker and Paul. I like Paul just saving $1,400, but if you wanted to double stack them, I see no problem with it. But I'm going with one of these Pelicans guys to keep up with some of the Suns players here. Brandon Ingram at this price tag is somebody that I just feel great about. Like I mentioned last game, after he played 30 minutes, he was going to play a lot more in a must-win game against the Clippers. Played 43, so played 43 out of 48 minutes, contributed with rebounds, assisting, scored 30 points, shot efficiently. He's made for these moments. He's aggressive. He's not going to shine away from the moments like the first overall pick in his draft. But Brandon Ingram at this price tag seems like one of my favorites mid-range plays. Other options would be Zach LaVine 75. Just the price tag has come down on him a bit. 5K range, you're looking at maybe Bogdanovich 56, Herder 47. I guess you can still look to Seth Curry. He was super disappointing, but he still played big minutes. He's going to continue to play minutes over 30. Don't expect him to shoot 0-4 again and just give you 4 fantasy points. He was pretty solid for most of the games that he does play minutes before that. So hopefully he got some practice in, and hopefully he's getting healthier. And then 3K range, definitely look at Pat Connaughton. He's a guy that will get minutes for the Bucks. Just a guy that's been there in the playoffs. We'll probably see 20 plus minutes off the bench for them. Moving on to small forward, your pay up is Giannis at 11,000. You have some cheap price tags on the studs with Giannis and Kevin Durant both being affordable. It's just tough to get to the secondary guys and still pay up for these superstars, especially on a slate where we don't have a ton of value. I don't mind getting to Giannis. I would prefer Giannis over Durant, just given the better matchup for Giannis here. But still think you can make a more balanced approach if that's something you want to do. Value-wise here, you have Bruce Brown, who continues to just absolutely dominate somehow. 3 straight games over 40 fantasy points, contributing with assisting, rebounding, and he's been scoring the ball at a very high clip. So his resurgence has been impressive. I do like DeAndre Hunter at 48. Just struggled shooting the ball 0 of 5 from distance, only gave you 5 rebounds. Losing Capella is just going to make them have to go to some of these other guys in terms of just getting rebounds. They will start a Congo, and it looks like Collins might play, but we could see Collins be limited after not playing for a while. And Hunter's price tag sub 5K for a guy that will play up to 30, 33, 34 minutes, depending on how he's playing. The floor on him is still like high 20s in minutes. I think we can take a shot with Hunter. Other options would definitely be Patrick Williams at 47, Herter at 47, Seth Curry 45, Crowder 42, and 3K range. We saw like Murphy the third play pretty well for them. Hit 4 threes, gave you 25 fantasy points. Can't always count on that, but still pretty good value. Over at power forward, your pay up, once again, Giannis would be my favorite, followed by Durant. I definitely don't mind getting to DeRozan here at 85. Good price tag on DeRozan. He is going to have to play big minutes and just really take a lot of usage and score the ball at a high clip for them to have any shot in this series. On the season, he was averaging about 44 points. He was scoring over 30 points per game against this Milwaukee team, and that's something you can do because Milwaukee, they play at a fast pace. They let teams get some open shots, especially from distance. Not that DeRozan's a three-point shooter, but I do like the price tag on DeRozan at 85, a guy that does give you 50, 60-point upside. Other options at power forward, Larry Nance came out of nowhere last game. Put up 46 fantasy points in 24 minutes. He took minutes away from Valanciunas, took minutes away from Jackson Hayes, but he was impressive against the Clippers. Definitely will get an opportunity today if you wanted to go back to him or take a shot with him. But I'm going Patrick Williams at the forward spot. A guy that they will need in this playoff series, especially to defend. Probably will get the Giannis treatment. Trying to slow Giannis down anyway. He played 41 minutes in the most recent game, went off for 35. That's when they were sitting some of their players. But still, he was playing well before that in terms of just getting you hitting value. And he's like one of their only defensive players that they have right now in their starting lineup, without Lonzo Ball for the rest of the year. So Williams will have to step up, play well defensively, and he has been hitting his shots. So I think 47 is a pretty good price tag. And then last but not least, at center, your pay up is Bam at 8K. It's fine. Vooch has been struggling recently, not really scoring the ball well. His shooting has been off, not getting a ton of rebounds. It's a little bit tough to trust, especially when you have like Valanciunas cheaper, and then you have DeAndre Ayton also cheap at only 7K going up against the Pelicans. Leaves you with almost 5K left for the last two spots. But I do like Ayton. He should play good minutes in the playoffs. Was playing well heading into the playoffs. Gives you double-double easily with some opportunities for blocks and steals and stuff like that. And going up against a pretty big Pelicans team, they should look to get Ayton a lot of minutes compared to like McGee and Biyombo. So that's the 6 that I have right now over on DraftKings. Let's talk about Fanduel. Okay, over on Fanduel for us, point guard picks, we have Chris Paul, 86, as your third most expensive option. You have Kyrie cheaper than Trae Young. I think Kyrie probably looks a little bit better given the matchup. 8K flat for CJ McCollum looks pretty solid. You can definitely go back to Lowry at 67. And then 4K range, maybe take a shot on like DeLon Wright or Kobe White off the bench, but some riskier options there. Probably stick with Chris Paul on both sides. Over at shooting guard, you have Kyrie, Devin Booker as your pay-ups here. You also have a ton of options here with DeRozan, Butler, Brown, McCollum, so many spend-ups here. If I had to go in the 8K range for anybody, I would stick with Jaylen Brown and DeRozan would be my favorites, followed by Butler. Just because I like Ingram, so I probably won't get to both Ingram and McCollum in the same lineup. So when you have so many other solid pay-ups here. Value at this position, you're looking at maybe like Herter at 5K, Marcus Smart 62. Duncan is super cheap, but he's just super hit or miss. If his shot's not falling, he's not going to play the minutes. I will go ahead and put in DeRozan at 84. Over at small forward, Giannis, once again, looks great on both sides. Just a matter of if you want to pay up for Giannis and maybe go down to like a more of a cheaper option in terms of going with a more balanced approach and paying up for 3 or 4 guys in the 8K plus range. At this position, value-wise, you have Hunter at 49. He looks good on both sides. Patrick Williams at 45 also looks solid. See where Brandon Ingram is. He is 82, so I like him on both sides as well. These are the 3 that I'm trying to build around. Just 3 guys in the 8K range on FanDuel all give you over 50-point upside. Power forward, probably go with the cheaper option here just to save some money. And you have some guys in the 4K range here with Hunter at 49, Patrick Williams 45, Tice at 41 is going to start and play decent minutes. We could see them play more of like Horford at center because Brooklyn, depending on how many minutes they want to give Drummond. But you should still see probably over 20 minutes. And then Crowder at 44. And then last but not least, at center, you have Bam at 83, Valanciunas 76, Ayton at 74. Probably look to get to one of those top 2 or 3 guys here. Not, Vooch is cheap on FanDuel, but probably deservingly so. He hasn't really done much recently. It's not the easiest matchup if he does happen to be on Giannis for times. But I'll go ahead and put an 8 on both sides. A guy that will give you upside of over 40, 45. Has typically played well in the playoffs, going back to last year. And the matchup isn't terrible against Valanciunas in that big front court. So that's about it for the video. Best of luck tonight. Happy Sunday, and I will see you all next time.